Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited to have you back. My name is Natalie McLeod. I'm a counselor and I'm certified in the New Creative Journal approach. This approach was created by Anne-Marie Jobin, an art therapist in Quebec. In today's video, I'll be showing you 5 soothing techniques that are inspired in Anne-Marie Jobin's book. The link of her book is in the description box below. These 5 techniques will help you find some comfort after a journal activity. Emotions are a normal reaction to something abnormal in your life. Contrary to popular beliefs, they need to be expressed and processed. The reason is because they have a vital function, even though they are uncomfortable. Because by paying attention to our emotions, we can process and understand them and get back to some balance. It is our bodies saying no to a situation because we are struggling to voice it. It is when they are kept at bay that it becomes an issue. It often leads to depression and prolonged negative emotions. For example, anger is needs unmet. It encourages us to take action, make changes by creating healthier boundaries, whereas sadness is an emotion that invites us to introspection and reflection. It calls for empathy and connection. I want you to know that you are always in control, even though there are things that we cannot control, such as the weather or external circumstances. There is always something that you can do. Without further ado, let's get started. As you may have seen in previous video, I always take some time to prepare a space for journaling, such as lighting a candle or having a few meaningful objects on my desk. It is helpful to begin with a routine by giving yourself some space and making sure you are comfortable on your chair, perhaps taking some deep breaths if you feel led to do so. The first suggested activity is called the balm because doing this activity acts like a soothing balm that you will use to calm an emotion or any discomfort. I am using some basic journal supplies also listed in the box below. Begin by spending a few minutes expressing your thoughts, feelings which make you feel uncomfortable. It could be drawing or writing what is on your mind or just sensing what is in your body. For this activity, using oil pastels or felt pens really convey the heaviness of our emotions and our thoughts. So here I'm taking some time to really express my sadness. The page doesn't have to look pretty. The New Creative Journal is not an art journal, so feel free to express however way you like. I am now using some soft dry pastels. I have chosen the color yellow because this is a soothing color for me. Soft pastels really convey the idea of warmth and compassion. You can of course use color pencils or any other medium if you are not a fan of dry pastels. Then spend some time spreading the color with your fingers as though you were giving yourself a massage. The brain will not know the difference. By doing this, you are training it to change perspective. To finish off the activity, you can pick a comforting word from a magazine. I tend to keep some already cut out in a Tupperware, ready to be used when I need it. An alternative would be to choose an image in a magazine that conveys warmth, giving a sense of safety to place on your drawing or writing. The next activity is called the Allies. This idea comes from Anne-Marie Jobin's book, which I linked in the description box below. An ally can be anything such as a favorite place, person you trust, a famous personality, a wise person, a religious figure, a pet, a symbol, basically anything that brings you comfort and a sense of security. So as you can see, I have a collection of these allies, and you can use one or a number of them depending on what you need. I usually keep them in this vintage box. Allies are like best friends, so keeping them in a container you like symbolizes you value your practice. So here's an example of how to use your allies. You can use them when you need some advice or some comforting words using the dialogue technique. The dialogue is a New Creative Journal technique when you have an imaginary conversation with your ally. You pick your ally and you need in the moment and place them at the top of your page, then you start the conversation. The next activity is called the veil. You write what is on your mind without censoring yourself. You can use any writing technique from the journal. It is all about expressing yourself. You can write as much as you need and as long as you want. Then you can also draw, really let it all out until you begin to feel better using any medium you prefer. We're not doing a pretty page, as you can see. We're just expressing our feelings. Next, use some acrylic paint and something to spread the paint with. You can use an old credit card, a palette knife, then spread the paint in a color that makes you feel good. Take your time when spreading the paint again, as though you are giving yourself a treatment. Imagine you are soothing that discomfort. Then dry your page. And to finish the process, I'm picking comforting words in the Tupperware that I'll be sticking onto my page. Then it is always beneficial to stay with your creation and absorb the new feeling. This activity is called a veil because you can still see some of the writing behind, as though it was a veil. We are not ignoring our feelings, we are just holding space for them and soothing them. In this next activity, it is called a transformation. The aim is to help our mind rewire itself by acknowledging our heavy thoughts and feeling them. Healing the discomfort by transforming them into something more constructive. Just like the veil activity, we are letting it all out on a separate piece of paper. Then the idea is to tear the paper apart. This is particularly beneficial if you're feeling anger. You may also use scissors or a shredding machine for this part. And now we are going to transform the bits of paper into something soothing. So here I chose a symbolic container such as a heart. But you are free to do what you like. It's your time to be creative. You may want to use another symbol such as a star or simply make a flower or anything else you like. I am now sticking my bits of shredded paper into my container, and this acts as a mindful exercise that helps us return to a more balanced state of mind. Then choose some acrylic paint, and here I chose some pink because it's simply comforting to me. Then I'm spreading the paint over like I did in the previous activity, taking time and not rushing it. It is a mindful exercise. And dry your page using a hairdryer or hot or a heat gun. Stay some time with your creation, absorbing the new feeling. And you may also want to hold a candle as a reminder that this small flame has survived the stormy inner weather. Finally, it is time to pick a word that will serve as an anchor for these new feelings throughout the day. You can also add comforting image form from a magazine or even photos of heartwarming memories. And you can spend a bit more time creating a comforting page, adding more images, words or drawings. And to end this video, I have added my safe space, which is a video I did last time to show you how you can create a space to come back to when you need it during journaling practice. You can find the link of the video in the description box below. And finally, you can place a stick person representing yourself in this safe space as long as you need it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Have fun and goodbye.